Oh, this isn't looking good. I think I might have actually just lost my bike. Oh shit.
Will you take part in my life, my love? That is my dream. Life is but a dream. It's what you make it. Always right.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing all well. Today, I'm very excited about today because after my gravel ride and spending the night underneath the stars, it just reminded me of how much I absolutely love camping. It's one of the things I love about doing like multi-day long distance riding is at the end of it, you get to camp underneath the stars. Unfortunately, the Sonder's rear wheel is broke at the moment, so we can't really go like off-roading. So I have to do it on the Canyon. Now, the Canyon isn't really designed to be carrying stuff. This time, we're going to try and make this camping as lightweight as possible. Luckily, the weather is perfect for this because we don't need much. It's super hot. It's like 27 in a day, and I think it doesn't get much below like 16 at night. So it's pretty warm, and it should be comfortable. So we're going to be able to test out my hammock, because I've never actually slept in a hammock overnight. This is the Alpkit mora hammock. It weighs, with the straps, just over 500 grams, which is like super light. So the reason I brought this was actually because I was working in the New Forest in the kitchen and I did a split shift, so I had like 3 hours to sort of do whatever I wanted, but coming home was a bit pointless. So I got this, used to go for a little bit of a ride and then just chill out with in the sun, especially in the summer, just chill in the sun in the hammock, and it was like super comfortable. And what's great about this hammock already is it fits in the controversial cycling bag. See, it fits absolutely perfect, so that would be able to sit there, and that will be what I'm sleeping in. Now, the sleeping bag is, this is like a really cheap one. I bought this on Amazon for like, I think it was like £65 or something. I don't know how to say it. It's just cheap down sleeping bag. Again, I brought this mainly for when it got a little bit colder on my breaks and I was just like sleeping in the forest because why not? So yeah, that's all we're going to take. So that is going to be strapped, I think, on the Blackburn Seacoast bag on the back of the seat. So let's go spend the night under the stars. I'm out here right now in the New Forest. It's a bit early to set up camp just yet, but I think I found the spot, so I don't want to move too far. I mean, it'll be between these two trees. Ideally, they'd be a bit further apart because I'm lanky, but I think I can make do with that. I think it'll work, and if it does work, it will be quite literally the best view for sunset. So sunset is over here. Come and check this out. So my head will be here and I'll be looking out onto this. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this because of the sun right now, but I mean, how much would you pay for a view like that in a hotel? I might have a little check a little bit further along because it is a little bit exposed there. There is like a little bit of a trail. I think mainly it's like the horses and cows walk along this bit, so I might get woken up by them, which is never fun. But this looks good and it looks promising and it looks an epic sunset. We all love a good sunset. So I'm gonna have a little look around just quickly, just up there a little bit more, and then we're gonna see if we can get the hammock up. Maybe an hour or so when it gets a bit darker, because I don't want to get spotted just yet. I decided that one was it's still a potential, but there was a few people coming past, like mainly cyclists to be honest. I'm sure when it gets dark it would be fine, but we're just sort of wandering down here a little bit more to see if there's any trees. What is this? Trying to find trees in the forest, and there isn't any. This is typically why I never considered a hammock, because it's just a bit more of a faff to try and find somewhere. Although there does seem to be lots of trees over there. Okay, let's get back up the hill. Okay guys, I think these two trees here might work. They're a little bit far apart and getting out's a bit dodgy, but I think we're going to give it a go because it's a very sort of hidden place, apart from that big open part. Nobody's really going to be coming behind me because I've sort of come off a track. I need to go find my bike though, because I have just left a 5 grand bike in the forest somewhere. And then we're going to try and get this hammock up so we can get in it before sunset. So I'm looking forward. I think there's going to be a really good sunset tonight. Super clear night, super good view. Okay, Connie Canyon. I think you're up this way. Connie Canyon. Oh, which way did I come? I think I might have actually lost my bike. Where did I put it? Bloody thorn bushes. I've had enough of them. Oh, this isn't looking good. I think I might have actually just lost my bike. Oh shit. There you are. There she is. Okay, so we're gonna hopefully get this hammock set up between these two trees. Really hoping the straps are gonna be long enough to reach. Fingers crossed. Right, let's do it. Guys, the hammock is up and it was working and it's comfortable as ever. So this is going to be my sleeping spot for tonight. There is like a footpath just down there. I just saw a couple of people, but I think as soon as it gets dark, nobody's going to be able to see me. To be honest, I don't think they'd even really notice me anyway. It is on such an angle and it was so hard to actually get up because the floor is like that and I'm in cleats. Yeah, so this is going to be my bed for the night, man. Check it out. So I think my head is going to go that side. I reckon that's the better side. Got a bit more of a view then out towards the New Forest. This is going to be bliss. All right, let's get the sleeping bag in there. I'm going to try and get all my stuff like hanging up on one of them branches so I can reach it without having to get out, because I plan not to get out of this thing once I get in it until tomorrow morning when the sun is rising. Oh, I can't wait for this night. The sun has actually just sort of gone behind the trees now, so I can't see it anymore, and I guarantee this GoPro did not make the sun look as good as it actually did in person. Beautiful, big orange, beautiful sun. It's like just the temperature's now just starting to like cool down a bit, which brings me on to sleeping in a hammock. The reason I've never really slept in a hammock before is because I'm quite a cold sleeper, and I also don't particularly like sleeping in tents. They take a bit more heat to sort of keep it warm, and I guess I just don't produce that much. But so that's why I typically always use like a bivvy or like a hooped bivvy, just to get a bit more space. Is they're small, so they always feel a little bit warmer. So obviously today it's quite warm. I don't think tonight's going to get too cold. I think the coldest is maybe like 14 or 15, so it should be fine. Obviously in a hammock though, and the same with everything really, you lose a lot of heat from the floor or from underneath in this time where the air is going underneath. Normally you would have some kind of quilt underneath. I haven't got that. All I've got is the cheap down sleeping bag. So it'll be interesting to see if in around 14-15 degrees, which is quite early in the morning, so it should be towards the end, if I'm still warm and how it is. But obviously the amazing thing with hammock is they're just so bloody comfortable. You don't have to worry about making sure the grounds are super level. I mean, it's definitely not. If I laid on the floor here, I'd roll down that hill. And yeah, so I think I'm going to probably have a good night's sleep as long as I don't feel too cold. Now, all in a sleeping bag. Temperature's starting to drop a little bit, but it's like refreshing and cool and just bliss actually. Obviously I'm doing this as light as possible, so I'm not bringing any like cooking gear, so I'm not going to be cooking today, but I have got some food, and it's my favourite thing to eat. All it is the simple pleasures in life. All it is some good old bourbon biscuits. That's right guys, that is my dinner for tonight. Probably some breakfast if I don't eat them all, which is quite unlikely. I'm probably going to eat them all. So obviously, as you can tell, it's completely dark now, and yeah, it's just like so peaceful and quiet. It's absolutely bliss. The stars are out, although the light pollution from Bournemouth, I can actually still see Bournemouth from here. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. Since it went dark, the wind did sort of pick up a little bit. It's not like that bad, but every now and again I get a big gust of wind straight at me, because it's obviously coming from there. And yeah, I can feel it a little bit, but it's just so warm and it's such a nice night and it's just so peaceful. So I'm just going to go to sleep, get a good early night. So good night, and I'll see you in the morning. So it's currently about 6:30 and it's like starting to get light now. And so my first night sleeping in a hammock is exactly what I imagined it to be. It's like, for me, a hammock, sleeping in a hammock it's just not that comfortable. Like laying in a hammock, chilling in a hammock is very comfortable, but then trying to sleep in a hammock, like totally different, because you just can't be in like the positions you kind of want to be in. I mean, nevertheless, it was a really pleasant night. It wasn't too cold, although I can feel the cold from underneath even now. So yeah, I didn't really sleep too much, probably like maybe like 4-5 hours in total. But yeah, as I say, like sleeping in a hammock is actually, I wouldn't say it's my most comfortable night's sleep or my favourite night's sleep. I think I would have probably slept better in a bivvy, because even though it was warm last night, I can still feel the cold, and if I was in a bivvy I would have been toasty warm and very, very comfortable. So I'm going to end this video here, and then I'll see you guys, I think next week. We'll do this again next week. If you enjoyed this video, you want to see some more camping videos or some cycling videos, check out the other videos on this channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, keep smiling.